Alright, YouTube. Year later, let's do some more videos. Slash relationship advice. Yeah, I'm really enjoying these videos, and I just learned how I could record my screen. So, good fun. Again, here to hopefully give some decent advice and have some fun talking to a camera. Alright, this one here is from Logan Name. I, 22 male, told my crush, 20 female, they should have their dream date for someone else. How hard should I be correcting this blunder? You kind of a little bit fucked up, but whatever, dude. I guess initial reactions before going into the thing is that guys have a tendency to put themselves on the back burner, especially if they have like a low sense of self-worth. So, you know, if they are talking to their crush, they don't necessarily know how to express forms of affection. They don't understand that game. And yeah, at the end of the day, you know, finding out what's acceptable to say and what's not acceptable, especially to a crush, and to express your interests, is essentially what separates the chads from the losers who don't get any dates. Yeah, I happen to be one of the losers, so there you go. I recently asked my crush after giving her Valentine's Day chocolate under friend-like contexts. Come on, dude, okay. I mean, friend-like contexts, girls know straight away. They're not stupid. Context, if she wanted to go to a popular date spot, to which she immediately asked me when. Oh, that's nice. Maybe a friend, maybe she likes you, maybe she's just trying to give you a chance. After giving her a 3-week period to choose from, not thinking I'd make it this far, she replied that she had always wanted to have a date at such a location, and that she had read tons of stories with that setting, wanting to recreate them herself. She's giving you an option. She's giving you the opportunity to set a date. Okay, so again, like, self-worth, what's the game, what can you say, what can't you say? Give a date, give a time, give a location, tell her you're interested. So far, you've given her a location, you're asking her to choose. She's giving you the opportunity to ask her on a date. Somehow, with my low self-esteem introducing itself, I assumed she had meant that she wanted to reserve this dream date for her dream partner, aka not me, and told her that she could save the hangout for someone more special if she wanted. Oh, dude, that's fucking painful. I thought it was her way of letting me down gently. When I told her this story, I got berated about the biggest fumble I had ever made in my life. Okay, cool. And that I should do everything I can to correct it and make it clear to her that I do want to go with her and make it a date. For a little more background info following my atrocious statement, she said she'd reach out to me if she were interested in going, and said that if she didn't, to assume she had completely forgot about the offer. What is the play, guys? I'm thinking of telling her next that I see her that I've always wanted to the location under the context of a date. Too long didn't read. I told my crush that she can save her dream date for someone else after supposedly showing all signs of interest towards me. What should I be doing to fix this, if anything? Okay. You can play this off a couple ways. First thing, come out with your heart on a plate. Be like, oh, by the way, I have the biggest crush on you. You know, I misread the situation. I thought that you were talking about something else, but, you know, at the end of the day, I really like you and appreciate you, and I want you to be my date. So let's go do this together. I think that's a bit of a beta way to do it. I'm sorry. What I would beta way, because it's such a red pill. The way that I would structure this conversation is that I would go to her and try and make it out to be a bit of a joke, and be like, hey, you know, I said you could take for the dream date. Well, how about this? Let's go suss it out together, so that, you know, when we have dates, you know, me have a date, you have a date, you know, we can, you know, tell them all about this really cool place that we've heard of but never been and would love to try it out with them, you know, and then you could make it seem like it's like a pretend date for the two of you to go with a future partner. you know, it makes you seem that you are desirable by other people. It means that, hey, look, she's a person, she can go out on dates, and it takes away the seriousness of there being a date option between the two, because then you can just totally play it around like it's a game. Like, you know, you could say things that you wouldn't normally say. You could express yourself and you wouldn't really express. You could be like, oh, hey, you know, oh, I wish that my future date looked as good as you. Like, damn, look at that. Fuck, I wish my future date would look like that. Okay, you've set the bar high. Like, you've set me some good, like a good standard, you know? And then she starts playing around and being like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then you could act like some sort of potential, like, you know, imagine if, like, we just had terrible dates. Imagine if they just couldn't have a conversation, you know? Blah, blah. And it's just like, oh, you know what? It doesn't really matter what other people say about you. I reckon that you're a really funny person, you know? Or, you know, although I had some kind of reservations about us going to the state, you know, you actually proven your worth here, and I think you may have earned yourself a second date. You know, like something like that. Play around with it and little poke, little prod, little tease. You need to step out of your own way. You're just building up the hype, building up the tension, and especially for guys, me and you, that don't really have a lot of experience in terms of the dating market early on in life. You know, we're not necessarily super outgoing. We might have problematic childhoods where our parents are just, you know, kind of suppressing us a little bit, and we get friends that, you know, a little bit whatever. It seems like you've got some decent friends that are kind of telling you what to do, which is awesome. But I mean, you know, the way that you get over this is essentially going through the fire. And at the end of the day, doing hard things. Fucking, who's gonna carry the boat? David Goggins. Fuck, I'm retarded. Anyway, dude, you need to take a load off your back. All right. Too long, didn't read. This motherfucker basically got told by his date that she'd be awesome. Like, it'd be awesome for them to go on a date together. And he said, oh, well, just go on a date with someone else then. You know, because you obviously don't want to go on a date with me. And all the while she'd give him the option to talk about it, but he just, hey, look, I'm not about that. What would be my advice? My advice would be twofold. One of them, go in and be like, hey, look, you've always been the love of my life. I need you to do this for me right now, otherwise I'll be incomplete. And I feel that that is coming from a position of weakness. You don't want to show all your cards. You're 22, she's 20, she probably has options. You know, this is a time where you need to show that you're not just a friend, you're not just a crush. Like, hey, you've got a bit of game. You know, you're desirable by other people, because no one wants to be with someone that no one else wants. So you got to be like, hey, look, you got to be out there. So I would go for the second option. So instead of put your heart on the table, the second option would be, hey, I was just thinking about, you know, how you can use this as your ideal crush situation, and I have a great idea. Let's both use this as a date experience, where you could take someone else in the future and I could take someone else. Let's make this a little trial date, you know, where we could tell other people about it. You know, meet me here, this time, you know, this day, give exactities, and should be maybe a little bit taken back because you're saying, hey, look, I don't know what my only option, but that's okay. And then just be like, hey, I'll pick you up this time, blah, 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 still show you're interested, play a little funny, you know, and then you just try and play it as a game. Yeah, it's tough to come back from both positions. I don't think that either one's really ideal now I'm thinking about it. But, you know, what can you really do about it? So, anyway, internet, I'm going to write down my reply and see what he says. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm back. I've written him an essay. I think I'm pretty proud of it. So, have a look at this. Hey, dude. Read this and cringed in my heart a bit. Your friends are right and you missed some signs that she was into you, and I feel you might have spat the dummy and acted upset when she didn't plan a day/date for you too. I've been in her shoes, and low self-esteem effing sucks when it comes to girls. Hope I can help. 2 ways to go about this. Profess your love for her. She's the one for you. You didn't mean what you said to her, and you want to go on a date with her as a boyfriend, girlfriend, and you're into her as way more than a friend. I would not do this. It's a weak position to come from, in my experience. and I think this is true, everyone, boys and girls, like the chase. They like the suspense. They like the build-up. This is not doing it for either of you and puts your whole friendship in jeopardy because you'll think that you've been lying as a friend to get into her pants the whole time. All right, why are all of a sudden you just springing this up on me that you love me, you've been friends, you bought me this thing? Was that just as a friend? Like, what's going on here? You send me mixed messages. You know, you're saying one thing, you're doing another, and then you're changing what you say. You're not trustworthy. Anyway, not a good time for you if this happens. Option B, make it a game. People like to play. And one thing we low self-esteemers have is a lack of understanding what you can and can't say to someone you're interested in. This is the flirting, the finesse, the game of dating. Let me change its spelling. Push and pull in the friendliest way, making the other person feel worthy of your time. It's not ideal and it might suck first time doing it, but I'd say something like, hey, crush's name, I've decided that we need to try this date spot together before inviting anyone else there. I can't afford to do a crappy date spot again. Even though you're a virgin, I don't know. Oh, shit, dude. And any future mister for you needs a good time too. Hey, let's take one for the team. At this point in time, make the date yourself. Traditional manly standards, as in all sales, the salesperson, the guy, needs to make a definite date, definite time, a definite place. Show some leadership. It's simple. This is not her job, you dodo. Make it seem you have options even if you don't, and you're choosing her over someone else. No, how cute. When you're dating, it's important to make flirty jokes. Oh, wow, I didn't know you were so cool in a dating experience. Doesn't matter what others tell me about your conversation skills. You're actually all right. What if I was your date and saw you eating like that? Step your game up. And again, this is honestly true. I am horrible at this. I don't really know what to say. I just talk shit sometimes. But I hope he gets the point. Show her you're an option for more than just a friend who has a penis. You still have a chance. Make mistakes. Do hard stuff. Don't shy away from what you want and make a definite plan, which is date, time, and place before asking her to do your job. Take a chance. See what happens. Lacking self-esteem comes from not having people in our lives that tell us and reaffirm constantly that our time is valuable. You sound like a cool dude. You have friends who tell you the truth and a girl who's low-key asking you to ask her out. So just try to think, realize that your time is valuable. You're a catch. And if others don't think so, tell them they're trash and walk away. I think that's really nice. Take a punt, play, flirt, and if the option exists at the end of the date where there's tension, lean in for the kiss. It's very important to take that punt. You know, after telling her today showed you a different side of her that you hadn't seen before. That one over there is a good one to get from the friend zone to the end zone. I don't know. I guess I'll put that in there. Press off your youngkin. Let's post it and see what happens. Oh, anyway, posted. I hope that he does well. And yeah, again, please leave me some comments down in the description. Say that you liked what I said. If not, hey, let me know that you have no idea what you're talking about. You're a piece of shit. No, I'm joking. I value everyone's opinion equally, especially if you're agreeing with me. Good night. Thank you very much. Have a great time.